Hello and welcome to another Cigar Box guitar lesson. So after a slightly unplanned break, I am back with some more 4-string lessons. Unfortunately I managed to break both my arms a few weeks ago, but fortunately it wasn't that serious, so I'm on the mend, and I thought it might be quite a good opportunity to try some sort of relatively easy beginner songs, help me ease back into playing, and also have a go at some fantastic classic tunes for all of you beginners out there. A bit of chord based strumming. It's a good place to start often with stringed instruments, particularly 4-string cigar box guitar, because some of these shapes are a little bit less stretchy, so once you got used to playing chords you might actually find them not too tricky to try. And what we're doing is we're looking at initially songs that have a maximum of 3 chords in them, because if you've ever tried playing chords and changing between them, you might find the actual act of changing and keeping the rhythm and keeping the pulse of the song going harder than it initially looks. So we probably want to start with some pretty straightforward simple chord shapes just to help with the coordination, help sort of like develop a good pulse to your songs and all that sort of thing. So Bad Moon Rising, absolute classic, great one for barbecues, campfires, that sort of thing. So we're going to start with this one. It has D, G and A in it, and we'll start with a nice simple beginner version, sort of no frills, but I'll add in a few extra parts if you're a little bit more experienced, so you can spice up your arrangement a little bit. And if you can play D, G and A, we can also have a look at the classic Dylan Blowin' in the Wind, because it has the same chords in it, and so it's really good to see how you can just basically rearrange the order of the chords a little bit and you get some great varying tunes. And free song charts available for both of these, so there's links below, and also hopefully they're popped up on this screen somewhere so you can check those out. And also there is a chord PDF file for this G, D, G, B tuning for 4-string cigar box guitars, so quite useful. It's got a whole bunch of different chords in there, from the very sort of basic beginner level ones right through to much more advanced, so you can be playing all the way up and down the neck, playing a whole bunch of different types of chords. So check that out if you're interested, and without further ado, let's get on with learning a bit of classic Creedence Clearwater Revival. Alright, so here is the tuning. We've got low G, we've got middle D, we've got high G, and then we've got an even higher B. Right, so like I was saying, 3 chords in this one, so let's just have a look at forming the shapes first. And we can these chords are the same as the original, so you can play along with the track when you've learnt this. And so this is a D chord, and what we're doing is we're putting finger 1 at fret 2 of the low G, finger 2 at fret 2 of the high G, and then either finger 3 or finger 4, whichever feels most comfortable, at fret 3 of the high B string. So string 1, that's string 2, we've got an open D open string 3, and we've got a fret 2 at string 4. Bridging. Now, forming a chord shape is quite difficult initially if you're not used to it. So you probably want your thumb somewhere behind fret 1, fret 2, and maybe not too high over here, because we need to reach round a bit with the wrist. Okay, so the trick is, if you've not done much chord playing, you've got to push down with the tips of your fingers, and you also need to knuckle, couple of finger joints there after the knuckle, so you want to curl those round, so that's called bridging on the guitar. So we need to get a good bridge with our fingers most of the time when we're playing chords. A little bit different to riff playing, because we've really got to get on with the tips of our fingers. So you see the angle there. So the fingers are quite high over the strings, and this finger here may well be catching the open D string if you're not careful. So again, you've got to really get a good bridge. And you see this angle, this sort of diagonal angle I'm coming across out there. Okay, so that is D, or D power chord, D5. This is A. So this is a bar chord, a finger bar. So what I'm doing here, however you had your thumb for the D, it's now got to be quite far down, pretty much halfway down, resting on the middle point of the back of the neck. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to squeeze through the strings with a straight first finger, and you're trying to distribute the weight across all four so that you can hear all four strings. So that first attempt there, I didn't have the weight across all of them. And so the trick is, with a bar chord, you have to kind of put the pressure on. The pressure wants to stem from this first joint, so knuckle, middle joint, not the one closest to the tip, actually, from the back of this joint here. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to squeeze onto the pad of the thumb with this part of the finger, and then hopefully it keeps your finger flat, and again you can distribute the weight all the way across the strings. And one more thing you might find useful is actually don't squidge down with this flat part here, go slightly onto the side. Now it might feel a little bit painful initially because you're a bit more on the bony part, but it's actually easier to get a good sound if you do that. So that's an A chord, and then the third chord is G. So we're tuned to a G, so we're going to keep it dead simple and just hit the open strings. So this is what they look like from this angle here. So fret 2, nice bridge coming across, and then fret 2 on both G strings with fingers 1 and 2, and then I'm using finger 3 at fret 3 of the high B, so that's string 1, and then again we're trying not to catch that open D chord. D note, sorry. So there's your D or your D5. So you see where my thumb is. It's kind of directly behind that first finger. Swing the thumb round so it's further around the back of the neck. Squeeze down using this side part of your finger. And hit all four strings for all of these chords. That's your A bar. So the pressure's being applied from the sort of back or the side part of this middle joint, and then it's distributed across the flat finger, hopefully covering all the strings, and then there's the open G. Now once you can actually play chords, the fun and games start when you try and change quickly between them. This is the hardest part. So I was talking about angle of approach. So you want to try and find a way to swing in when you go from D to A. So you see what my elbow's doing. It's swinging across. So ideally you're tucking it right into your body, and that helps with the A bar. I mean, obviously the G's fine, isn't it? So it's just the open strings, but diagonally across for the D, swing it round for the A. So if you have downloaded the free song chart, you can probably see that the D lasts for one measure or one bar, and then we change to A and G in the second measure, second bar, and so that means they last for less time. So they last for so 4 beats in a bar. So the D lasts for 4 beats, the A lasts for 2 beats, the G lasts for 2 beats, and then we've finally got 2 bars of D at the end. So that is giving us 8 beats of D at the end. So it's a 4-bar progression. And with the strumming, we're going to build up to this, but I'll just show you what it sounds like. So it's down, down, up, down, 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 carries on like that. But it's quite a fast song, so we want to build up to this. And so, to be honest, because it's difficult to change chord in time, I think we're going to be dead sparse with the strumming initially. This is assuming that you're definitely beginner level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just 2 strums for each measure, each bar. So I'm going to go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm actually counting quite fast there, 1, 2, 3, but we're doing very slow strums. So that means we can fit 2 strums into each measure. So we've got 1 only for the A and the G. So that would look a bit like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and repeat it. And then what we can do for a bit of variation, that's a G. I mean, you can just completely keep playing this G throughout, but if you fancy doing something slightly different, we can play a different shape for G. So we can go for fret 3 on the high B string 1, fret 4 on the high G, which is string 2, and fret 5 on the D, which is string 3, and we can leave that open low G string 4 ringing. So that is a fretted G. So if you want a bit of variation, you can put that in the chorus. And the chorus is 2 bars, 2 measures of G, and then 2 measures, 2 bars of D, and then 1 measure, 1 bar of A, 1 bar, 1 measure of G, and then finally 2 measures, 2 bars of D at the end. So it's 8 in total. And so again, if I keep that dead simple strumming, so just 2 strums per bar, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, change, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, change, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's a click. It's pretty frantic, that, because it's a fast song. So that is close to 180, which is the speed of the song. And so 2 strums per bar would be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. Chorus: G, D, A, G, D. So you could, in theory, play along with the tune like that. It's still quite fast, to be honest. If you find it on YouTube, there is the fantastic function of sticking it down to 0.75 or 75% of the original speed. So see if you can find that in the settings. I quite often do that if I'm doing new songs with people. And so you can do exactly the same thing, but you can play slowly. So basically what we're doing here is your fretting hand is the one that's got the hardest job initially. So we're really focusing on training this up, speeding this one up. So the next stage could be to just do 1 strum per beat. So that would literally be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, because it's a fast song, it doesn't actually sound too bad there. You can add a little bit of a backbeat rhythm in, where you actually strum the 2, 4 a little bit louder. So they're all downstrokes, but you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's almost just a bigger strum on beats 2 and 4. You may well want to go away for a few days and then come back before you have a go at this full strumming pattern, because like I said, it's not easy changing chords for a beginner. But when you are ready, we can go like this. We can go down, down, up, down, 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 down. So there's a little skip there right at the beginning. So we're missing beat number 3. So we're doing 2 downs on beats 1 and 2, again 4 beats in a bar. 1, 2, put the movement in, but don't hit the strings on beat 3, so you can even do a little tap if you want on beat 3, but that means you're underneath and you're ready to go up, down to finish off. So that would be down, down, miss, up, down. And then on the A and the G, we're just doing 2 downs because that's 2 beats for each chord, so we want to keep it simple. And then when we go back to the D, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's loads of what you call alternate strumming down and up at the end. So 2 downs, and then 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, I don't know if you can hear, but it's actually got a fast sort of shuffle to it. It's a bit of a bounce. So instead of going 1 and 2 and, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. But I probably wouldn't worry too much about that if you're at beginner level. Probably just try and play it and get used to playing along with the track, and hopefully the kind of groove of the original recording will sort of pull your timing, your strums into the right place. But basically that is the verse, and then for the chorus we can just we don't need to do that skip rhythm at all. So we've got down, down, and then alternate, and then for all of the second bar of G, just down and up strumming, down, down, and then alternate for beats 3 and 4 and all of that second bar of D. And when you're on the A and the G, you can just go down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Now, you can, if you want, punctuate as well, which means that if you want to make the chord a little bit more choppy at the beginning, because it helps with the rhythm, you can just relax the pressure and put it back on, so the fretting hand kind of works with the rhythm that the strumming hand is creating. Once you can play, once you're getting somewhere with Creedence, then we can move on to Dylan. And again, just using the easy chords we have. So this song's also what we call in the key of D. So D is the strongest chord in this song. But we've got D, G, A, so just slightly different sequence here. This is also quite a fast one. They're both roughly about 180 BPM. So we can play 1 bar of D, 1 bar of G, 1 bar of A, 1 bar of D, sorry, and then do that again, D, G, but then just go back to D for 2 bars. So this, once you can change between the chords, you shouldn't find this song too difficult to play, but it's quite a long cycle, okay, so it really just never quite ends in the same way. So I would strongly recommend downloading the free song chart, and then you can check out what's going on here. But again, first time you have a go at this, you might want to keep it dead simple. You know, do 2 strums per bar, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, carry on like that. Or again, you can do the just the downs, but maybe you could emphasize beats 2 and 4. But when you are ready, dead simple strumming pattern here. I think we can literally go down, 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 up, down, 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 down. Okay, so mostly downstrokes. Well, there's 4 downstrokes, but we're putting an upstroke in on beat number 3. So this strumming pattern from this angle, we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Next line, stay on D, G, back to D, and then it starts again, D, A, G, sorry, A, back to D, and G, finish on A. And so that is the first half of the verse. Most songs, virtually every song you'll ever try, as soon as you try and play it as opposed to listen to it, it's a lot faster than you think. So don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush to play it up to speed. Don't be in a rush to play with the full strumming and all the rest of it. Sort of work through the gears. So slow strumming, slightly faster strumming, 75% YouTube play along, and then eventually add in that full strumming pattern. And that'll be dead useful for all sorts of chord playing songs. So just very quickly, if you are a little bit more experienced, then here is a way we can add in a nice little sort of blues influenced bass line for the Creedence song, for Bad Moon Rising. So D, you can bring your thumb over and fret the low string 4, the low G, trying not to catch the D string, and you can use finger 1 and finger 2 on strings 2 and 1. So it's the same notes, but it allows you to add in this, it's sort of a classic sort of blues sounding bass line, but we're just using this fret 4 of the second string. So thumb over the top, you sort of squeeze back onto the fret slightly. Don't be too heavy here, try and be as relaxed as possible. So you want to find a particular position where it doesn't feel too awkward on your finger joint, to just pull back slightly, and then fingers 1 and 2 on the second and first strings, and then this is bridging over. Okay, and so what we're doing is we're going 1, 2, adding this in certain places. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So bar 3, measure 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. Beat 2 again. Okay, so you can just basically keep that going, and you put a little sort of instrumental bit in, because he does it almost like a chord solo in the middle, so it can come all the way up. So instead of playing a D down here, again, this is on that fantastic PDF chord chart you can download, and this is up at fret 7, open D, fret 7 on the second string and fret 7 on the first string. So there's a high D chord. And then when we go to, in fact I'm going to use fingers 2, 3 and 4 there, because when I go to the A chord, what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock those 2 down to fret 6. They're still both fretting the G strings, and then I'm going to just swing round slightly and go for fret 5 on the high string and fret 7 on the D string, the third string, and that is a A chord. And then I'm going to drop down to that diagonal G that we've already had a look at, and then I'm going to drop back down to that thumb over D. So Again, you can do that punctuating if you want. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And following that idea, that is how we can add in the sort of bluesy sounding note off the G chord. So we can do it off this high G. We can even do it down here off the open one. That would just be fret 2 on the D string, but I think this sounds a bit better. So we've got this G. You can add in your little finger at fret 7. So you can add it in the same place on beats 2 and 4, or you can just sort of freestyle it, and then back to this is the chorus sequence, and then we can even do it off the A if you want. You can then add in, so you're barring at fret 2, and then you're adding in at fret 4, and then so if you can see from the chart, the free PDF download, the instrumental is twice round the verse sequence, and then it's all of the chorus. So it's and again, and then chorus starts on G, goes to D again, and then A, G, okay, so I hope those 2 tunes have gone well. I hope those 3 chords have gone well, and we'll be back very soon with some more 4-string Cigar Box guitar. Staying in this G, D, G, B, but also we'll venture into different tuning as well. But we may well be having a look at a bit of Johnny Cash in the very near future. So watch this space, and I'll see you here again soon on Coda Guitar.